All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the others, a great millstone that taught me this truth. And a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this knowledge and truth and this sincerity. It's the brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona camp. And I want to go into a real quick lesson, just pull a few scriptures. Just basically going into, hey, this devil's deadline is almost up. This devil's time to rule is almost up and his deadline is almost here. All right. So I wanted to open up in Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. Because we was talking about at camp yesterday, how these devils, they get on their platforms and they try to attempt to break down the scriptures. And they try to twist the understanding, and try to place themselves in parts of the scriptures where they don't belong. They try to flip their identities and their characters into something that is not, saying they are the Palestinians are Esau and they are Jacob, the so-called white man, the so-called Jew. This is what they say. And a brother was giving an example of a video he came across where this Edomite man was breaking down the scriptures, identifying the Palestinians as the Edomites, Esau, Edom, and themselves as Jacob. But ultimately, they doing shit like that because they think they can lie their way out of judgment. And that's not going to happen. Because this devil was given his time to rule. And now we're coming into the time where the sand in the hourglass is almost gone, and they getting worried. They know that their rulership is coming to an end. So they trying to put out this information. They always been lying about their identity because they're claiming to be us this whole time. But they pushing it even harder because they can feel that their end is right at the door. So this is Ecclesiastes 9. Verse 11, it says, I returned and saw under the sun the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. And here's the point. But time and chance happeneth to them all. See? Time and chance happened to them all. So all of these different rulers, all of these different kingdoms that came about, Salakia, they all had their time to rule. That includes Esau, Edom. All right, because Job 9 and 24 tells us that the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked are currently in rulership of the entire planet Earth, and they have been ruling this earth in what? Wickedness. Wickedness currently rules the earth, and it ain't hard to see and it ain't hard to tell. All you can do is just look at the food. It's defiled. Look at the music. You know what I'm saying? It's profane. Look at the way that people live. Homosexuality, transgenderism, filth and perverseness, is held in high esteem here in this wicked ass kingdom. Everything that's in opposition to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, his ways, his law, statutes, and commandments is being pushed all throughout the earth. And that's because what? You got the wicked that's currently in rulership. Well, time and chance happening to them all. This devil has been given his time and his chance to rule. And look around you and you can see what he has done with his rulership. He has beaten this entire planet down, destroyed nature, just completely, everything has been diminished under his rulership, man. It's almost like you leaving a child home alone for a weekend. You come back and your whole home is destroyed. That's what this damn devil has done, man. The Heavenly Father did a number on us by putting this base men on top of us and in rulership in the entire earth. Now we all have been able to witness what happens when the wicked rule. You go to Proverbs 29, verse 2, and it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. That's because when the righteous are ruling, when you rule under these laws, statutes, and commandments, everybody gets their fair shake. Everybody gets their fair shake under the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because it's righteousness. It's fair. You know, the law is good. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Because the wicked is going to try to find every avenue to take advantage of you. They're going to try to heap to them all things of substance. You know, all the riches, all the wealth. Everything good that's on this planet Earth, they're going to try to heap to themselves. And they'll leave you high and dry, man, and not have a second thought about it. And that's exactly what they're doing. You know, there's a small 1% of the world's population that owns the vast majority of the wealth. This is the type of shit that happens when the wicked bear rule. And they leave the scraps to the rest of the population of the earth to fight over. This is the type of rulership that we live in. This is the type of kingdom that we live in that's going to be taken down. Okay? So, it's locking, man. You know, it ain't no peace out here. And you can hear my son and shit in the background yelling Salaki on that, man. But, you know, it ain't no peace in this world, man. My goodness. So this devil has had his time and his chance, you know, but as soon as the Lord is ready, he gonna take this devil out of power. You know, and this motherfucker ain't gonna be able to rule a minute past his deadline. All right. And this is gonna take us to Job, the 14th chapter. All right, Job, the 14th chapter says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. With who? Yahweh. All right. The Lord knows when it's time to destroy this devil's kingdom. It's time for Yahweh Shai to return to the planet Earth and subdue all these kingdoms. All right. And take shit over. Put this devil down, take him out of power, and set up his kingdom on this planet Earth. Only Yahweh knows when that time is, and Yahweh is the name of the true Heavenly Father. You know, the God of all the heavens and the earth. And his only begotten son's name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. So it says, Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, that the days of this devil's power and rulership is determined. He has an expiration date. It says the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds he cannot pass. And that's why I said this devil ain't going to be able to rule a minute past his deadline. And his deadline is approaching. This devil's fucking deadline is approaching. And we can tell that by the fact that these other nations, now they done built up their own nuclear arsenals in their armies. So they ain't taking a bullying from America no more. The whole world is mocking and laughing at America. This bitch is looking weak. You know, these other nations are forming alliances, getting their nuclear arsenals ready so they can come up against America and utterly destroy this place as is prophesied in the scriptures. These are things that are all signs letting us know that America is getting ready to go down. The money is shit. It ain't worth nothing. It's constantly losing value. Our debt is skyrocketing year in and year out because all we do is borrow. You see, our armies is weak compared to these other nations. These other nations are prepared and they're constantly advancing. And America, while America's army has been stagnant, you know, this bitch is ripe for destruction. And meanwhile, America's wickedness is at an all-time high. The sins is reached unto heaven, and the Heavenly Father is getting ready to bring down that destruction. All right. So Job 21:21, it says, "For what pleasure had he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst." All right. And then Proverbs 22:28. All right. The number of his months is cut off in the midst. This devil got a cutoff date, man. A cutoff date is coming. That cutoff date is very, very close. That's why this devil is moving so urgently to try to get everybody, to take that snake bite, because he's trying to finalize his new world order. Now you got Facebook changing their name to Meta and trying to, roll out this whole metaverse, bringing the people into this digital realm and merging the two together. We know what this devil is doing, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11 say we not ignorant of Satan's devices. Proverbs 22:28 says, "Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set." And this is what this devil has constantly done. He goes and he what he do? John 10:10 says, "The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy." This devil goes around the planet Earth and he steals other people's lands and he removes their landmarks and he set up his own. He put his own names on these lands. That's why America is called America. It's named after Edomites. What is it? Amerigo Vespucci. So this is what these devils do, man. They march around the earth with their blessing the sword. They take over people's lands and they place their own names on the lands. That's exactly what they have done. What the scriptures say, they covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not wearing, who is he? This is the devil. He's guilty. The so-called white man. It's you. And you're about to lose all the power that you feel you accumulated. And you trying to make your last steps to accumulate all power and trying to make yourself a god on the planet Earth through your technology and this snake bite, and ultimately going to be that MOTB. But the Heavenly Father is about to cast you down, man. Just when you go to Job, the 20th chapter, and talk about right when you go to fill your belly, then the Heavenly Father is going to disappoint you, man. So through the Spirit, I just wanted to speak on that and bring out a few precepts, because I'm going to end it with this. We're rejoicing in these times because we understand that when this devil goes down, then we next up. So we looking forward to seeing Esau's kingdom fall. In 2 Ezra 6:9, it says, "For Esau is the beginning of the world, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, the lineage of the chosen, the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is the beginning of it that followeth." Okay, so for Esau, the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we got next up. It ain't gonna be China. It ain't gonna be any of these other nations. It's gonna be the nation of Israel. That's gonna be the next rulership, because Esau will be in rulership at the end before Jacob step back in that stead. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Give my honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the hopeful elect. Shalom.